Welcome back, subscribers, and welcome new viewers. And I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, who like and share my videos, because that helps my whole channel to circulate to more and more individuals just like you who are needing this information. Okay, today I am answering a subscriber question. And so I'm looking at his natal wheel. And he mentioned to me that when he was a child, when he was growing up, he was always silenced, especially when he was in his home. And so he would like me, and what I'm going to do is speak about his Chiron in Scorpio is conjunct to his Mercury in Sagittarius. And also he has a stellium. And his moon is also in Sagittarius, conjunct his Mercury, and then also Pluto in Sagittarius. So there is a stellium there. And even though his Chiron is in Scorpio, they're two different signs. So his Chiron's in Scorpio, and the other three planets are in Sagittarius, but they are still close enough to have an effect. And by him mentioning that to me about him being silenced when he was a child in his home especially, and all of this stellium is opposing his fourth house. So it's his Chiron and Mercury are in his 10th house. And then the other two planets, Moon and Pluto, the stellium, goes into his 11th house. So because it's his 10th house, you always have opposing energies. So the 10th and 4th house are opposing. And so the 4th house has to do with the home. And he was silenced in the home. Okay, let me break this down even more for those of you that don't already know. Chiron is the planet of where you're going to be injured. So it's the wounded healer is what Chiron is called. Because you're injured first, you're going to go through experiences specifically related to the house and sign placement of your Chiron. So you're going to be injured. And then if you have any aspecting planets, that is going to play into that Chironic injury, just like the subscriber mentioned that Mercury conjunct his Chiron. He was communicating, and this could be he was verbally communicating, he was probably verbally communicating, but what I am getting to with his moon and his Pluto, so all of that energy is combined. So the moon has to do with your emotions, expressing your emotions. So, and then Pluto has to do with your deep emotions, root emotions. So they're going to be very, very, what do I want to say? And both being in Sagittarius and then Mercury being in Sagittarius. Let me get back to the Pluto. Let me continue here and I'll think of that word. But Sagittarius also is a very talkative. Sagittarians naturally anyway, normally just kind of blurt out before thinking. That's going to happen if you have your sun sign in Sag or Mercury, Moon, Pluto, those types of things. So they kind of call them, and don't feel bad, but this is the negative side of Sag, potty mouths, or they just throw up what they're going to say before really thinking about it. So, and that's what you're going to do. So please don't feel bad, and I'm not putting you down by any means, please. So, but with the moon conjunct that too, it's very emotional. So whatever you were expressing, it was very emotional. It was going to have your emotions involved, and you were going to be very expressive, and it was going to not just verbally, but your energy behind those words are going to be very strong, especially with Pluto right there, because it is going to be bringing up, you will be expressing, and this is you, subscriber who asked this question, you will be expressing something very deep inside you, and you could even be expressing something having to do with Chiron also. So you would have to be the judge of that, because your Chiron is in Scorpio and also in the 10th house, and so it would go along those lines possibly as well. Also, Scorpio Chiron is also a very it's a deep injury. You're going to have deep injuries. You're going to even possibly you could come close to death, or you could be seeing a lot of death. That's something, one of the, because that is, Scorpio is the natural house, the 8th house, and Pluto is the natural planet of the 8th house. And so, and that has everything to do with death and rebirth, transformation. So you're going to go into the depths of, to the very bottom of hell, lack of a better word, so that you can come up and rise up and fly like the phoenix higher, to higher heights. Just as much as the lows that you experienced, you will rise to those heights as well once you have worked through all of this. And so, and part of the Chiron healing has everything to do first with going through those painful experiences. And so that was one, and it would have everything to do possibly with mother too, because Scorpio, in Scorpio Chiron, has to do with mother and birth and death and all of that. So I'm not surprised at all. And let's see if there's anything else that I'm getting. So that is basically all I am getting. But again, I'm noticing and was drawn to, you also have Scorpio in your midheaven, which you've asked about before, and I gave a video for you on that as well. But again, once you have been able to work through and deal with those experiences, those Chironic experiences, specifically, I know it's more than just that one that you had. Maybe you had several of them where you were silenced in your home, but that is at least one example. And so once you have found, through your readings of Chiron in the 10th house, Chiron in Scorpio, and you might even want to read or listen to one of my past videos, Chiron in the 4th house, and see if that relates to, because again, your Chiron is opposing your 4th house. And so that has everything to do, there are energies there, and it's going to be a family, you will be wounded by your family, mother, father, maybe you have something passed down from your ancestry as well that you are dealing with. But that means you also have the ability to finally free your ancestry, if that's the case, free them through you figuring this out and working this out and completing this and healing through this. You also assist in healing your ancestry. Again, if that has to do with ancestry, which it very well could be. And again, it's Pluto. Pluto is not just transformation and death and rebirth. It has to do with grandmother as well. So maybe this is something on your grandmother's side, whether it's your mother's grandmother or your father's grandmother. That is also possible. You do have your sun in Sagittarius as well. I do see that now. It's not close conjunction, but you know what? That I don't doubt could still play a role in this huge stellium that you have. Your sun, Pluto, Moon, Mercury, Chiron. So this is a huge deal. So you're not just dealing with your Chiron, you're not just dealing with Mercury, you're dealing with all of those planets and their energies. And that has everything to do, see, the sun has everything to do with you and yourself and who you are. And so you're going to be injured there as well. But again, this is a big deal. Just a second here, and it does connect. Like I've spoke before, it connects your Chiron because it squares your south node and north node. It applies to your whole stellium because it's not just your Chiron. Your Chiron and all of those planets, they also, all of those energies in a stellium, when it's a stellium, it carries all of those planets with it. So it's like all of those planets for you are squaring your south node. So that is a huge deal. That is why you are focused in on it, and you should be. You should be. You're doing the right thing. So again, you also read your south node and then see how that plays in with your Chiron, your Mercury, your Moon, your Pluto, your Sun, because each time you go in and you start reviewing that for yourself and then you read your south node again, you will find something new and something will click and you will have a better understanding. And that is exactly how you work through your south node and unblock yourself and free yourself. And then that frees all of that energy to that stellium energy so that you can use it once you're completed and you have worked through your south node and all of that, because it's not just your south node again, it's your Chiron, your Mercury, your Moon, your Pluto, and even your Sun. And even, as you know, your Neptune and Uranus. So all of those play in, and so it's like you have to, one by one, research them and go back to your south node and see where that might apply. And you will probably remember certain memories will come up for you, and that will give you a better understanding of, oh my goodness, okay, that's why that happened, and here I can see why now. And then you will know what you learned by doing all that. You will gain more and more wisdom and understanding, and then gratefulness, because you're transforming yourself. That's exactly what you're doing. And then again, back to the Scorpio through your midheaven, then you will be able to use all of what you have learned and all of that energy. Then once you've completed this work, this personal work for yourself, then it's free and you are free. And then you will be able to share that information, all of that information, in a very emotional, and you will have a deep understanding, and you will be able to give a deep understanding for others who also go through hard scorpionic lessons, or are going to. You will have an understanding, and they will see that you do, and you will be able to assist them in whatever that way that is. And you will be expressing yourself, and definitely you are a medium, you are a psychic, you have high intuition, whatever you I'm sure you know, and you will open up more, and it will also become accurate once you've completed this. And because blockages, it messes up the energy and messes up the intuitive information until we have worked through our personal work first, and I definitely understand about that. So okay, so I hope that helped, subscriber, and any of you new viewers. I hope that you received some information. If you're listening, still listening, then I'm sure you hopefully did as well. And so I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you, subscriber, for your question. And again, I hope that helped you. And enjoy your day. Okay, until next time, bye.